Hello, everybody. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, and we're getting back into some Golden Axe Warrior. This is one I played way back at the beginning of the channel before I even had enough confidence to get on here and annoy the bloody hell out of all of you with my voice. This is not the file from back then because I no longer use that computer, and pretty sure my son erased the old file anyway. It's now his computer. But we are back. This is actually the screen you start in. You start right about there in the game, and you are playing the hero, descriptive enough, going up against Death Adder and all of his baddies. This is a Zelda clone of Zelda clones. Love it. Looks beautiful, and I was a Sega Master System kid. So this is what I grew up with, and this is what gaming is to me. I had Legend of Zelda from the Nintendo, but it was sort of rough. It was a gold cart, but the battery save was busted in it. Actually making some decent progress here. I've got the magic torch and the thunder magic. Got both the short sword and the axe. Also rocking the Knight Shield, which is 250 of the best horns you could spend, horns being the in-game currency, because that'll block just about anything that comes your way. We've defeated the first labyrinth, still gotta walk my happy backside to the second. Picked up a fourth heart. You start with 3. Picked up a fourth heart for defeating the first labyrinth. And found the random dude hiding under a tree, as tends to be the MO in games like these. That just sort of handed me another one, which is never weird to see a dude hanging out with a heart under a tree. The friends you make along the way is what I'm getting at here. Battle Axe has this nice sort of crescent moon shape to the swing. It is fantastic. Actually, typically one hit better than the short sword. That's really all you need to know about it. It's better than the short sword. Also useful to have an axe on hand, as axes can cut down smaller trees. Saw our finery healing items there in a loaf of bread and basically a hunk of meat. Kind of looked like a leg there. That bluish item hidden behind the bread there is a magic potion, I'm assuming. It calls it a magic pot in the game description. For the longest time, I thought of them as like little blue ceramic pots. Because I'm a dumb kid. Well, I was a dumb kid, and I took everything literally. Now it's like, okay, that makes sense. Magic potion. Fighting those animated bushes. Well, not really sure what that's about, but got the stopwatch there. Really haven't played this in a while. Now I guess it wasn't that room. Could have swore there was a hidden exit there. Just kind of chomping away. Health's getting a little low, so I'm kind of wandering my way back over. But just like that, slab of meat and we're fine. Never have been the most precise with the controls of this game. Bit more careful than I was in my younger days. I tended to just beat the hell out of it then. Now I'm a touch more careful with things. Still not as precise as I probably should be. And true to form, I have no sort of peripheral up, no map or anything that could help me. Not a fairly big game world, expansive for its time, I suppose. Following the river here, this is the second labyrinth. I remember it well enough because it just looks like a random mausoleum, and also because you got two of the blue slime things that kind of look like animated jelly beans. I've actually made it through a good bit here. This is actually where I've taken my one character death on this file. I've only died once so far, which is one hell of an achievement for me. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I am rather success averse. These, like, armadillo things pack a punch, especially when they hit you with the tail. It's pretty normal damage if they just walk into you, but that tail whip is vicious. So I'm doing my best to stay clear. Hoping to get some bread out of the bat. Animated flames may cough something up too, but always weird to get meat out of an animated flame. Blocked those arrows about as well as I could. Okay, picked up some bread there. Happy about that. See, my horn total is still at 70 because the 255 from the 250 from buying the Knight Shield was rather high. It's only 250. The reason I was stuck on 255 is that's where your horns are capped out on. Just trying to get to that door right now. The monsters keep spawning right in front of it. We'll sneak under. Get a bit of a respite in the skeletons that are slow and predictably walk right for you. Always nice to have a predictable monster. Picking up 5 more there. Saw that tail whip really took a chunk out of me. Gotta be careful there. Would be nice if one of these guys dropped a slab of meat. Not arguing with the horns, though, because I know things will be expensive moving forth here. Should have probably made my way to that town in the southeast and southwest. Sorry, bottom left. And tried to buy a golden apple. Okay. Nothing special about the candlesticks here. I set up a pretty straight shot. Oof, all kinds of enemies here. Okay, picked up some bread. That's a good start. Fighting these things, you always kind of want a turbo button because you're always afraid they'll hit with that tail whip in between your axe swings. Well, we're in better shape than we were. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite rooms. You got the eyeball things there. Okay. Taking out a couple of the eyes. Took out that other bat pretty handy too. Believe the boss room is next, so I'm going to go ahead and equip the thunder magic. You know what? I don't think we're going to get the boss. outright like this. I think we're a little light on health. So I'm actually going to back up. Try scrounging for some life. Well, you know, walking into the spike didn't help. That was just dumb. Oh, shit. That's right. No big fan of that room. It's not so much the enemies, it's the statues firing the little things at you. Which, granted, I'm infinitely better at blocking since I've got the Night Shield, but I don't really want to chance it anyway. That's actually the room I died in. Thanks to the statue. Okay, 5 hearts. We can work with 5 hearts. Technically, it's 4 plus, but still. I think I could do that. Got 6 magic potions to work off of. That's our mana pool. And I want to say you get about 3 shots of the thunder magic per potion or pot. So there we go. Oh yeah, I can't shoot through the blocks. Wow. Okay. Okay. Doing a pretty good job dodging this dragon so far. And there we go. Perfect. Did not expect that to go so well, actually. There we go. 12 minutes in, and I got a crystal on stream. How you like me now? Health and potions fully restored. And now our little, you know, I guess hero's menorah. The pedestal for the orbs. Always looked like a menorah to me. But it's balanced. We've got an orb on either side of the far side there. See, we've got to collect 9 of these suckers. But we got 2, and that's a good start. Just ran past that arrow there. Hey, now we're getting all kinds of healing items, and they don't matter. So that's cool. Back out in the big old world we go. Like I said, I should really buy a golden apple. Have some insurance, you know? I don't think any of these monsters spawned my last time through that screen. And I took a while too. Just one of those things. Gonna follow the old river down here to the very bottom. I used to play this game like crazy. Grade school days. I would say probably this or the first Dragon Warrior were the first games that really hooked me in the adventure genre. This one in particular, I can remember, was so good. I set the Master System up at my grandparents' house just so I could play it more. You know, by then we had the Nintendo and everything set up, and the Master System was kind of the other console in the house, if that makes sense to you. So every now and then, if I was very careful, I could take it. My dad, not the biggest fan of me messing around with the technology, because I could be a touch destructive with things. But I was always very careful with the video game systems, because you know, they were precious. Video games still are amazing, but you know, when you're a kid, like, guard those things with your life. But I remember setting that up. There were a couple places we could set up video game consoles at my grandparents' house. My grandmother always had a like TV in every room just to watch soap operas, basically. Like, she'd have one in the basement for when she was doing laundry, and we could set one up there. Also had some old TVs in the upstairs, and I remember setting one up there for the longest time. Actually used to sit there and do like creative writing projects and have parlor games on the Master System. So if I, need a break or get stuck, just play some pool. Game a 9-ball or something, just something to take the edge off. Need that diversion every now and then. Right now I'm RPG fishing. I have an axe, and I've just got to wait for this, like, creature from the Black Lagoon looking fish monster to get close enough to the shore that I could hack him up. There we are. And then I missed twice. Got too close, and he ended up, roughing me up pretty good. I'm just going to leave him alone. That is counterproductive and boring as hell. One of those things I was doing to show it could be done, and then I failed. It happens. Nice thing is, up to 123 horns. That's great. Making our way down here. My son refuses to recognize those as orcs. The orcs, he says, are too porcine. Obviously didn't use that word, but that's only because he doesn't know the word porcine. He's 7. Believe me, if I told him the definition, he'd be working it into sentences. Of course, I don't really have to point that out in too great a detail. Anyone who's familiar with the channel has heard him enough times here. Ya already knows. Okay, I think this is the route we want to take here along the left coast. Yeah, this is looking a bit more like it. Now, that way should lead to all sorts of fun shenanigans, but we're really interested in down here. There we go. Okay, so we're in a town. It's got your usual trappings for a town in a game like Golden Axe Warrior. Here you've got an inn where you could pay a nominal fee and heal up. Not going to take advantage of that, but we will save the file there. Then over here you've got some NPCs to talk to. Got little kid hiding by the bed here. Says everybody is afraid that one of these days Death Adder might destroy this place. There's a rumor going around that one of Death Adder's labyrinths is in the forest. Yeah, we found it. It says, Rixus used to be famous for its golden apples. I'm looking for a store that has them, but I can't find it. Golden apples are magical sort of one-off full heal potions. And yeah, for a place that's famous for golden apples, it sure doesn't have any fruiting apple trees around here. What it does have is this little doorway here that's concealed by a tree until you cut it down. Then you talk to the shopkeep, and he's got golden apples for 40 horns, which is damn good price for him, honestly. Now, you can only carry one at a time, but when you use it, it is a full heal. So if you've got like a sliver of health left, you just pop it, it freezes time, and restores you to full before you get back into the fray. Important piece of insurance that I just did not have on me. Gonna loop our way back around. You can see this is still fairly early game enemies here. Just your base green orcs and slimes. Green tends to be your weakest color for most monsters. We're actually going to chop down this tree here and take a look at the bridge. Got a nice little chain of islands connected by bridges. I forget what's where here, so I'm going to be kind of exploring everything. Okay, this way you can't really do too much without the canoe or the ship or the raft. I forget what kind of boat you have, but it is a vessel. Appears to be the same thing here. So this is all looking pretty much like a wash. Wow, that thing hit for a ton. Okay, so that's a later day's stop, is what we're saying there. That seems like a pretty safe guesstimate. What a great time for the controller to shut off there. Made it back on. I wish it was a battery thing, but this controller is hardwired. So, well, not hardwired, but it's wired. I can tech phrase. Battle our way back, earn our health. Or just make it back to the base town because the inn there is free. Either way. That's a real dealer's choice scenario. I still have most of the routes back to the root town in my memory. Again, not my own middle name, but this I remember. After all, how often do I say my own middle name? I mean, come on. So this is that little strip of land right above those chain of islands. Got some blue slimes there. Blue slimes, when hit with the axe, split into two. Again, much to my son's delight, because, as he says, double the risk, but potentially double the rewards. Boy's turning into a bit of a home run hitter in his gaming. Did it again. Oof. Got the axe orcs. They're blue, and feel free to fill in the rest of the song lyrics when you get a chance. I'm certainly not going to do it. But man, those suckers do hit for a ton. Take the left branch up here, see where that takes us. Okay, we need earth magic and the magic rope to explore that area fully. So we're in probably the wrong area there. But now we know. Blue slime nice enough to meet us over here. Also nice enough to give us things we already had. Hey, uncovered a little staircase. What do we got here? Old dude says, I hear there's a knight who can use the earth magic. Do you know where he is? Strangely enough, I do, but I don't have the item to get there. He is on a cliffside somewhere up in that rocky terrain. But I need the magic rope for that, and that should be the treasure chest drop in the third labyrinth. Very much like Legend of Zelda, each dungeon has a special item you can recover. These are in a base room in a treasure chest. A lot of the Legend of Zelda ones were in those little underground areas that played with the side view. Make our way up through here. More axe orcs. But they're accompanied by the green slimes. Okay, we've got the little northern desert area. Still no earth magic, so that screen's pretty useless to me. It's a hidden entrance somewhere in there is what I'm getting at. Just kind of make my way down. I think we want to be on the southern part of this and make our way right. Yeah. This is the screen we were looking for. Couple orcs, axe orcs. There it is. Orcs with the axes. And a fish dude. Now you've got a whole bunch of rocks, that bug thing. Desert screen, got little cyclones and scorpions. And then you've got sort of a ruined town here. This is going to have 2 more NPCs set up similar to the 2 that were in the other town. Says crystals give power to those with kind hearts, but first you must collect all 9 of them. Sweet. Says the world is made of firewood and 2 other continents. Firewood is the continent you're currently on, by the way, before you start reading too much into that. The kid's just not that defeatist in life, given the fact that he's in a log cabin talking about the world being made of firewood. I could see how that impression could be given off, though. Every now and then the cacti can be cut down. None here, though. Got 2 more NPCs to talk to in generic shop room. Says came to Carry, which is apparently this town, to look for the magic rope. But I think Death Adder already has it. So the magic rope no longer here. I saw one of Death Adder's labyrinths. It was west of Carry Village. So the third labyrinth should be to the west here. So there you see, golden apples here cost 100 as opposed to that other town where there were 40. You could also pick up keys and magic oil, which will help if your armor rusts. Yeah, that's a thing, by the way. Let's go ahead and save up. I'll play a little bit longer, not too much longer. Solo streaming again. The missus starting to feel better, but her voice isn't quite up to where she'd like it to be to join on stream. And still a fair bit of coughing. So she thought it was better to sit this week out, and ultimately, whatever floats her boat on that. I'm happy to have her here when she feels up to it, and if not, I could always just do my best, and was very thankful for the week she gave me off. So this is the third part of town. We had to sort of walk around. I've never actually pressed on the wall there before. I just know there are 2 dead bodies and some empty treasure chests. I know this is a false sort of fireplace here, and then if you walk in, you get some magic oil out of the treasure chest here. But yeah, I just randomly walked up to that spot in the wall there, and it talked. The dwarf's village is in the northern mountains. Okay. That I will keep track of for later down the road. Or forget by the end of this stream. Who knows? It's me. This could go any number of ways, but well. So yeah, if you spend too much time in this like swampy terrain, your armor will rust, but good. Need the earth magic for over there. So down is the direction we are going. Going to avoid those little things that are going to make sinkholes in the ground, because that'll hurt you a good deal. Also going to avoid the scorpions as much as possible here, especially that supercharged red one just flying about here. Got to Labyrinth 3. My God, can I talk? So coming to this dark room, use the old magic torch. Got some bull demons to deal with. Super slow, like the skeletons, hurt a lot like those monsters with the tails. Always press the candles in this game. You never know which ones are going to trigger secret doors to where. Oh, read that very wrong. There we go. There's the secret door. Okay, cool. Kill the flame monster while it was in the gap. There we go. Freaky. We're happy about that. Ha! Turned just in time for 2 of the 3. Okay. So far, so good. Another torch room. We've already got that key, so we're in good shape. Statues don't seem too angry with us here. We're happy about that. One of the few times where I don't think the magical hourglass is a tangible benefit. Rather have these things slowly plodding towards me, as the direction is predictable and the pace is rather easy to deal with. You just don't want to get too impatient is the thing. Door locks behind. Usually in rooms like this, you just have to defeat all the baddies. And that's all you have to do. Now, here it's still locked, so we'll try the candles. That's not going to work. You notice these 5 squares around the room here. Stepping on one of those will bring forth some ghosts. And these, in fact, are the last of your baddies. You kill them, and you can leave again. Saw when the ghost hit me, it not only took some health, but it took a little bit of magic, which was kind of a dick move. Make our way up, and we've got ourselves a teleporter square. Also have statues trying to shoot at us, and that's never a fun experience. Check our candles, as we do, like the scouts we are, and then a teleporting we go. Ooh, forgot about those little mana guys. The random bounce mana faces. Took care of that. Okay. Got one more of these guys to deal with. Easy peasy. Doors open. Nothing special about the candles. Let's head down first. Another torch room, because of course. Why wouldn't it be another torch room? And now you're starting to see some tougher enemies coming in. We've got an orange version of those tail suckers, which makes a beeline for us because, of course, the toughest thing has to fight us first. Take it out, no problem. Now we've just got the blue suckers. Really wish one would make its way over here. like literally standing in the middle of a room. But since it won't come to us, we will gladly make the trip. Not opposed to being a travel team. Now just got 2 of these guys to take out. You know, honestly, that went far better than I could have ever hoped. Got a key room there, got some flames. I think I may have chosen the boss room first, which, you know, again, if you're familiar with any of my fragment stuff, you already know I'm bad at directions. Okay. Good spot to be, and most of the enemies inside with us. That'll open up that door. Okay. Gives us something to check out. Already forget the layout of the room? Okay, gotcha. Important to switch back to the axe there too. I don't want to get stuck with the short sword. Bull Demon gets trapped inside there, so we get a free run through here. I'd have much rather hacked him up for the chance for a healing item, but hey, always a chance for this room. Now, I'm not saying that the short sword is necessarily a bad weapon. It's your starter weapon, more than serviceable for when you use it. And I'm kind of a sword guy, so if I can use a sword, I will. But the axe is tangibly better. Oh, crap. Was not expecting to fight the boss in this room here. But here we are. Now I gotta be careful when he gets into that shield. He's kind of invulnerable, and I'm kind of near dead. Yep, gonna have to pop that golden apple there. There we go. Getting another couple hits. Actually, we're doing a pretty good job holding on against him. Just need him to pop out of his shield there. And there we go. We've taken down a second labyrinth on stream today. Happy about that. Used our golden apple, but worth it. My goodness. Did not think that would be the boss room. I forgot where the boss was. Not ashamed to admit it. Take those horns. They belong to us now. There we go. Make it in the dark like the pro I am. No key. So I guess I gotta go whatever way I haven't gone already. Find one more key to unlock that door. Up it is. And that should get us to our treasure chest, which should have the magic rope. If I'm remembering correctly. Which again, with me, is a 50-50 shot at best. This bat's annoying the hell out of me. Let's see if I can get with the short sword. Short sword's actually a bit of a misnomer there. It's got one hell of a reach. There's our key, right on schedule. Grab the axe again. Now let's go after that magic rope, huh? 99% certain it's the magic rope we get out of there. I wouldn't bet my life on it. Perhaps somebody else's, but I mean, what if I'm wrong? There's our chest. There's all the skeletons you could ever want in a room. Well, give or take 2. And the treasure chest gives us The magic rope. Now I just got to find my way out of this whole thing. Shouldn't be that difficult. Teleporter square. Deftly dodged, and by that I mean got lucky. Not even trying to light the torches right now. There we go. Now the candles are lit. For me, that was all about taking down the bulls first. Get out of Dungeon 3. Happily so, too. Oh yeah, I forgot that stupid skull shot at you. So yeah, this is definitely one of these games where you could sort of cheese the location of things. Oh, that was bad. Lucky bread there. The slime's such a good chance of giving bread. It's weird to think of slime giving you bread. It's even weirder when you consider that for the longest time I just thought of them as jelly beans. My son thinks of the orcs as like anthropomorphic pigs, and for me the slimes are jelly beans. It's a very weird game. Made it back to our base town. My favorite town because the inn here is free of charge. I think we're going to save up now 3 crystals to the better. And I think this is where we're going to cut the stream. Want to thank Ruth Randall for dropping in and dropping some nonsense in the chat. And thank you for watching this when you get the chance. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming saying take care, and we'll see you around.